Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Leo. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been following my journey for a while, thank you. In this video today, I'm just going to make a short video about something I've been thinking about in the last couple of days. And if you are following me on my short form platform, you'll know that I've been trying to teach, sort of like new creators, new individuals that are looking to elevate their content and sort of like uncomplicate things in their content production for either their personal lifestyle or for their businesses. One of the things I believe as an individual is that you need to build a personality, you need to build a personal brand in order for you to be able to sell some certain amount of products. There are some people that don't need to do that, but if you have the personality, if you are influential, if you have a branding, it's easier for people to make the decision to buy a product or a service from you because they can already connect with you. And I know that there are a lot of people that have great ideas, great businesses, but they haven't just leveraged, your personal brand in order for them to be able to sell the product that they want to sell or their service, essentially. And one of the things I'm trying to do is to bridge the gap between, them starting and then them identifying what they need and what it takes to actually create content that connects with people and convert. So today I wanted to talk about how you can become better at your craft. And one of the most interesting things is that, to be very honest, I've been creating content for like 3 years now, and I had like different strategies over time to which I produce my content. So I didn't start with talking head videos like this. I started with like fitness content, right? But today, I can stay in front of a camera and talk to the camera for the longest, and I've made so much money, even though I'm still a small creator. I don't have a huge following. In fact, one of the reasons why I'm filming this video right now is so that everyone can see that I'm not talking from like the expert's point of view, or I'm not talking from the point of view of you going viral. What I've experienced is this: you don't have to go viral to make money in this YouTube journey. Sorry, not just YouTube, even sort of like influencing social media journey. You don't have to go viral. Going viral is good and it's nice, but if you go viral and you don't have the sort of like the right products to offer people, then it's pointless. If you go viral without people connecting with you or following you, it doesn't make sense. Can you go viral now and then go viral again tomorrow? It's not that easy. Yeah, some people have hacked the trend and the pattern, and they can sort of like quote and unquote teach you how to do it. But I don't believe in tricking people to connect with me. I believe people should connect with me genuinely because they actually like in my personality and who I am, and they trust me enough to be able to buy whatever product or service I am selling. I've been working in video production, content production, and sort of like social media for the past maybe 10-15 years, but I've done it as the guy behind the scene, focusing on organizational growth, focusing on building sort of like corporate world social media platforms. But right now I'm in a position where I'm trying to build my own business, and I've been able to push myself, because trust me, doing this is not fun, it's not interesting to me. It's interesting to me now. It wasn't interesting to me previously, and I didn't even think I would be able to do this, because to be very honest with you guys, I hate sitting in front of camera and talking to the camera. Right now I'm in a public space and shooting if you're a content creator, you will know what I'm talking about. Shooting in a public space is very difficult and, extremely cringy. People will look at you weird. Why is this guy carrying tripod about? Why is this guy, setting up a camera? Who is he? Is he not embarrassed? But I don't care. I've gotten to a point where I don't care about what people think, and you as well can get to that point. So I'm going to be talking about 4 major things that you need to keep in mind. If you have already started this journey, these 4 things would be useful for you. If you haven't started, this video is for you. So I'll get right into it before I ramble too much. Yes, so the first thing is I want you to start regardless of if you are ready or not. Start regardless of if you are ready or not. So let me tell you a quick story. When I did meditation to start posting online, one of the things I did was to write down the things that are sort of like limiting factors for me, the things that I can do to mitigate those limiting factors, in my opinion. So one of the greatest things for me was that I didn't know how people would perceive me when I started releasing my content online, right? I thought people would think I'm doing too much, or I probably don't have anything to offer and all of that. The way I was able to beat that was that I thought about what I do every day, and then I started filming that, which was, for me, as at that point in time, was the fact that I go to the gym every day. I go in the morning, so I had to make a decision to film me in the gym every day of the week, right? And one of the other steps was that I ensured that I edited those videos and I posted those videos. And then by consistently doing that, I sort of like understood the rudiments of shooting with a digital camera, shooting with a mobile phone, and then color grading, understanding the basic camera settings, and then making your videos look all good and nice. So my point here is, even when I wasn't ready, even when I didn't have budget to buy a mirrorless camera, I started with my phone. I started filming with my phone. You might be thinking, oh, I don't even know what to talk about. Talk about anything. I don't even know what to show. Show people your daily lifestyle. I don't know how to edit. Make it one of your goals to learn how to edit. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well, in my opinion. Sorry, let me adjust my mic. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. I understand that, but start with what you have. The more reps you put into filming yourself, the better you get. A while back, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this because I will keep thinking of what to say on the spot. But today I can do this. I can turn on the camera, click play, but I must have processed what I want to say anyways in my mind before actually facing the camera. And all of this sort of like skill, it come with time and a consistency. So once you are consistent, you get used to it. So start if you are ready or not. Don't say you don't have a phone. Don't look for excuses for not starting, because I believe the devil would always put that sort of like limiting factor in front of you, and you would always complain that, once I get this, I will do it. Once I get that, I will do it. Once I have enough money, I'll do it. No, just use what you have. Release videos, put it out. There are several platforms that even encourages people to post their videos. Platforms like TikTok. Record your video, put it out on TikTok. You might start with TikTok. You don't even need to start with YouTube. You don't need to start with Instagram. Start with TikTok, where nobody knows you. Open a new account. For me, one of the things I did was to open a new account on Instagram. And I started leveraging their account, and I started building my audience from there. So you can do that as well. Open a new account when nobody knows you. I know a lot of creators who went through that same part as well, because they were embarrassed about what their colleagues and friends would say, right? Just start. Don't let the excuses sink in. Also, the second point is you have to break off every limiting belief. Break off every limiting belief. One of my greatest limiting belief is that I cannot speak English very well because I'm not from United States or from England. I'm basically a Yoruba boy from Nigeria, and I feel like a lot of people wouldn't understand how I speak. I feel like a lot of people would, instantly would not do business with me because of my accent. Look, I'm here to tell you that is wrong. Some of my biggest clients now are people that are not even from my country. They are not, my nationality of any sort. They are not even from Africa, right? But those people don't care about how you sound. As long as you can deliver value, they will stick with you. That's the honest truth. And if there's any form of limiting belief in me, just know that they are limiting belief that does not want you to progress. You get? So break off all of those limiting beliefs. Sometimes I used to think like what if I make grammatical mistake? Making grammatical mistake is okay as well, right? Having filler words like ums and ahs, they are okay. The more you practice, the better you get. In fact, these days there are AI tools you can use. You can use teleprompter to, mitigate all of those situations. Just ensure that nothing is stopping you. So the third thing I wanted to also talk about with you guys today is that you need to focus on, becoming better, and then you have to tune out all of the noise. Focus on becoming better and tune out all of the noise. There's so many people releasing content right now. There's so many people that want to teach you, how you can go viral, how you can do X, Y, and Z, including myself. Yeah, I teach people, and to be honest, all of those information can become overwhelming at some point, right, for you, and it might discourage you. Someone is talking about lighting today, another person is talking about aperture, another person is talking about the best camera to shoot with. All of those things don't matter when you are just starting. You should focus on, shooting your content, shooting your lifestyle, shooting your business at first. That's what you should be focused on. Focus on doing that and focus on staying consistent. Learning all of these tricks, these sort of like tips would come into play eventually. So, but when you're starting and you know that you are prone to giving up because you cannot understand the concept, or they are not breaking the concept down enough for you to be able to digest, you would find out that you would give up, easily. But if you are able to tune out all of those noises and all of those sort of like, things that would distract you, you will be able to sort of like start and produce content as you go. Now, faster you start, the more you will notice your mistakes and the more you'll become better. If you don't start, you would never notice your mistakes. If you don't start, you will never see all of your shortcomings. And if you don't start, you will never even be able to learn from your mistakes. You can all have it in your head. In fact, you might even be criticizing someone else for the way they are producing their content, right? But if you've not done it, you can't judge any other person. So my advice to you is that in order for you to become better, you also have to focus on becoming better. Every video, think about what you can do better in your next video. Make sure you are posting that video anyways, because you don't know, it might actually go viral. It might actually bring your next clients to you. Just post it. Don't wait for anybody to show you or to tell you or validate your idea or validate your opinion or validate your content. Once you are ready, once you are done recording, if you can edit it. If you can't edit, just click upload, and that way you get to be consistent. And once you are consistent, you get to do better. But don't be consistent by posting, I would say rubbish content right now. I'll say rubbish content continuously. If, content number 1 is rubbish, make sure content number 2 is not as rubbish as content number 1. So, it's gradual increase. What did I do wrong in my last one? I'll take a self-analysis of that, and then I'll move to the next one and then improve on that. The third thing is, I'm on the third one now. Yes, that's the third one. Now the fourth one is, you have to learn from people who are already successful. You have to also use them as a point of inspiration, and you also have to read books. And I discovered this maybe about a year and a half ago. There's this book called Still Like an Artist. I've forgotten the name of the author right now. And that book will relatively teach you how to replicate what successful people have done and make it your own style. And that's what you need to do. Don't do it exactly the way they are doing it. Don't copy them frame by frame. Use them as a point of inspiration to develop your own content. Everybody's content is unique. Everybody's content is different. Like as I have people I look up to. I call them like my virtual mentors. These people are people that are already successful in the video production process or video production content. These guys are up there. I see their content every day. I get inspired by their content, but my own form of content is different, right? If I copy their style, they will eventually probably notice me, or I might eventually blow up, but that's not original to me. That's not, I don't have their personality, I don't have their nuances. And all of these nuances, your personality, your traits counts when people wants to connect with you. There are a billion people in this world that can relate to the kind of person you are, and then you need to find those that can relate to you, and you need to find your own tribe. If you find your own tribe, it's easier for you to connect with them, to relate to them, and then eventually sell your products to them. Selling to me isn't a bad thing. Selling to me, I see it as a service, because what you are selling is something that those individuals actually need to make their life better. So you need to figure out how, or you need to first of all figure out who you want to learn from, what you want to learn, and then follow their journey. Now, you can also get inspired and by their works. They produce the content, so you can look at the content and be like, I like the way this person delivered this content, and I have an idea. I could talk about the same thing, but in a more simpler way, in a more generic way, in a more relatable way that is unique to me. I've experienced what this person is saying. Maybe I should share my story online. So that's the way to get inspired by people that are already there. And one of the things that I'm now doing is to actively read books that are relating to my current field. I want to be able to teach people how to create content that actually converts. And I've been doing a lot of studying about what are the small nuances of things that I can do to improve or to enhance my communication. One example of the books I'm currently reading is called Building a Story Brand, and it teaches you how to use storytelling to keep your audience engaged. Books like that would drop some ideas in your head. You don't necessarily need to follow the book to the letter, but reading those books will just expand your thinking capability, which will expand the way you script your videos. Due to videos like this, I can ramble, I can make mistakes, I can just talk here and there and move around. But when you are producing content for like a short form platform like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and people's attention span is really low, you don't want to be rambling too much, because people will just scroll. There's also the technique of ensuring that you have a hook whenever you release your content. That also works with YouTube as well. But for me, I'm studying all of these books just so that I can get better in like my storytelling, in the way I deliver my content, such that those contents are actually useful for the individual who gets to see them, and it's also helps them sort of like solve their problem. Anyways, that's basically the 4 things I wanted to talk to you guys about today, and this is just a fast video because I'm out in the public. I don't want to lose my train of thoughts. That's why I said let me just quickly film this video and put it out. Anyways, if you guys are not following me, please follow me, click the like button, share this video with a friend. If you know anybody that is looking to start their content, or that started their content and they're a little bit confused about what to do, please share this video with them. Also, if you go to like my YouTube Shorts or my Instagram page or my TikTok page, you would see some content production contents that are put out that can be useful for you in your journey as well. I'll catch you and see you guys in the next one. Peace.